Hello everyone, I am Erika of Beadingschool.com and you are watching Coffee Time with Erika, my weekly beady broadcast. Today I would like to show you the jewels that you can make from the newest Beadingschool Academy Theme Box, the Rosetta window. But before we would start, please let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me well. I see that about 20 of you are watching already, so I hope that the technical stuff is all right. I see Vania saying hello, and Ingrid and Cindy. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. Please let me know in a comment. Since this is a live video, then this is very, very helpful for me. If you let me know if you can hear me and see me. And Barbara says, good morning, May is my birthday month, and between the birthday box and Rosetta box, I was floored. Awesome. And Alison is here, and Vania says that she can hear me and see me, so that's wonderful. And Sharon, Susie, Sheila, Molly, Asta, Sabine, Antoinette, Beatrix, Loretta, Marie-Cecile, Cindy, Anita, Lita, Kimberly. And Kimberly says, hello everyone. This is tied as my first favorite day of every 2 months. Box opening day is my other first favorite. It is exciting, right, Kimberly and everyone? I could not agree more. So before we would dive into the beautiful array of designs that our friends designers and me prepared for you, I have some important information to share with you. As you can see, I put already on the screen the butterfly flower tutorial, and this is a motif that I designed from the Beading School birthday box, the signature box, using the beautiful lacy flower cabochon that we had in the birthday boxes this year. My favorite one was this yellow, and of course I had to dive in and create something with it, and I absolutely loved working with it, not only because of the very special pattern that is stamped on top of it, but also because I could peyote bezel it with 64 Milky Delica beads. And I think every beader's heart skips a beat when you can peyote bezel something using 64 delicas, because then it can be divided by 2 to 32, 16, 8, 4, and 2. So you can create very, very cool motifs around the cabochon that can be bezeled by 64. That goes for the lacy flower cabochon from the Beading School Atelier, and also you can peyote bezel a 27 millimeter big round stone using 64 delicas. It's good to know. And the butterfly flower tutorial, it was one of the tutorials that I promised that a certain group of beaders will receive as a gift, a certain group who decided to place orders for at least 200 euros in total during the Beading School birthday week. And today my lovely colleague Melinda was sending out emails telling you that the butterfly flower is accessible now. So if you were between those bidders, then you can scan the QR code, or you can follow the link that I have just pasted into the comment field and download it right away. And I'm really, really, really curious to see your variations. I also used the arrow beads in it that we had in the previous Beading School Academy Theme Box and also in the birthday box. So I can't wait to see your variations also with other colors of the cabochons. And if you think that there is a mistake as Lita, then I apologize for it. And dear Lita, please send an email to info@beadingschool.com and we will help you, of course, tomorrow when the ladies are back at work. So thank you so much for doing that, ladies. And then we had a question that I could not answer last week because I realized that the component that we selected for the mini challenge with the Rosetta window theme, it was not in both boxes, or there was some kind of problem. So we had to give it another thought. So with Zuzi and Aniko, we discussed, and we would like to ask you that if you would like to become one of the talent winners in bead weaving or bead embroidery for the Rosetta Window Beading School Academy team, then please use the symbol Amos components and some Vibe Duo beads. Zuzi likes to challenge you with some shaped glass beads from the Czech Republic, so that was her idea, and the symbol was my idea. So blame us, please. And talking about challenges, I would like to congratulate Sarah and Kata. Many of our Swedish beaders actually participated in a big bead along organized by Anna Lindell of Tigerguld in Sweden. And there was a challenge sponsored by Beading School where we asked you to use some components from the goodie bags. And Sarah came in first and Kata was second in the competition at Anna's Bead Along. And I would like to congratulate the ladies. And I hope everyone had lots and lots of fun. Hands up that who was there at the Swedish Bead Along. And one more important note besides butterfly flower and the mini challenge is that we got lots of emails regarding some of the components from the new Rosetta window box, and also we see you that you signed up for the waiting list, and you were asking that when will we have again the components, and we ordered everything again to restock. So in 2-3 weeks we should have the components back that are out of stock at the moment. And I would like to really recommend to join the wait list. If there is something in the bead shop that is out of stock, not in stock at the moment, and you would like to have it, then please make sure to join the wait list. You can do that by visiting the product and then clicking this gray button, the join the waitlist. And once the item is back in stock, then you will receive an email. And for example, this came very, very handy for those beaders who signed up for the waiting list for the flower spacer bars last week, because one of the colors was gone like in no time. And the other color, it also lasted very, very short. So if you were not on the waiting list, then there was not much chance to actually get it again. Even if we ordered, I thought that a big amount, but you proved me wrong, ladies, so we ordered some more. So don't worry, they will be back again, but there will be a bit of waiting time. And Brittany says in the meantime that she was at Anna's bead along, and she says it was a lot of fun. And Ginny says that was so wonderful that Sarah and Kata were winners. Congrats, ladies. Indeed, big, big, big congratulations, ladies. And also, I can't wait to see what everyone will be creating for the Rosetta window team. Every team is special for me for one or another reason, but I have to say that Rosetta window is really one of those that will stay with me forever. So, lovely ladies, let's switch to talking about the Rosetta window theme box and the jewels. And then if you have any other questions left, then please make a note for yourself and please ask the questions at the very end of the broadcast. So now I can focus on the beautiful jewels. You can ask questions about the jewels, of course. But then if you have any other questions, then there will be time and space for them at the very end of the broadcast. And already I'm giving you a sneak peek from Susie's bead mat. So just to get you excited. And before we would dive in, I would like to read you one more time the thoughts that I wrote about Rosetta window. So, have you ever been lucky to step foot to a church with thick stone walls, majestic pillars, and colorful stained glass windows? It doesn't matter if you belong to a particular religion or another, or if you follow your inner values without belonging to any specific one. Cathedrals are places that make you lower your voice, stand still, and focus inside. Sit down for a moment. Maybe there is a service going on, or the choir is singing. Let time and your rushing thoughts stop for a while. Notice all the beauty around you and the exquisite results of craftsmanship. Chiseled stones, dramatic paintings and statues, gold work, embroidered fabrics, stained glass windows. You may be lucky to observe a particular type of window called rose window. Often you can see it above the altar. It's round-shaped with concentric, symmetrical decorations. The older ones feature stonework and simple glass. The Gothic era, the second part of the Middle Ages, brought a new invention: colorful stained glass, often in vibrant red and gold. Just like the colors of our new Beadingschool Academy Theme Box. So during the next 2 months, we are going to get inspired by Gothic cathedral windows of all shapes and mainly in red and gold and blue. And for those of you ladies who might not know yet the Beadingschool Academy, then just a few words. The Beadingschool Academy is a bi-monthly BD membership program. I dare to say that it is the most robust and the most valuable one out in the beading world. It will skyrocket even your own design skills, but there are also many tutorials that you can follow during the 2 months when we are focusing on one specific source of inspiration and one specific set of colors and shapes that we are playing with. There are different levels of student memberships. The yellow one comes with one tutorial and it is only a virtual membership. The turquoise and the fuchsia student membership, they bring a beautiful, beautiful, artistically curated theme box on your bead mat with super high quality material that we use during those 2 months. We have signature jewels for which you receive the tutorials in the virtual classroom. That is your main orientation point. And depending on the level of your membership, you receive 1, 2, or actually during the Rosetta window or fuchsia level students will receive 3 signature tutorials. So this is I think, one of the nicest times to join. And we also use the contents of the box for Or No One Has to Be Alone lessons. We have extra designs that our designer team or fellow friends designers create, and you can purchase those on top of your collection membership, or sometimes you can receive them as gifts. And sometimes the contents of the box even pop up in one of the beading magazines. So it's really a versatile program, also with a mini challenge, a storytelling night, and an amazing community. And the best part of it is actually the community and how we encourage each other. And it is truly amazing to see how your beading skills are skyrocketing. And from following the tutorials strictly, smaller tutorials, how I see you ladies expanding and your beading skills and creating also your own personalized variations, and then even your very own designs. And now let's see the video, and then I will show you the jewels that you were waiting for. So I will start with the first signature jewel. So I hope you are sitting, and I'm curious how you like it. The first signature jewel is part of every yellow, turquoise, and fuchsia membership. And the signature jewel is called Limoges. And actually, the cathedral window of Limoges, a lesser known French city, 3 hours from Paris, it was actually the very cathedral window that inspired not just this jewel, but the whole collection. And the Limoges Cathedral may not be as famous as others, but it is a hidden jewel of Gothic architecture. Construction spanned over 600 years, resulting in a beautiful fusion of styles. It features an intricate rose window above the altar in dark blue and vibrant red. In fact, as I said, this very window inspired the whole Rosetta window theme box. And I even have a picture of the prototype. It is that I beaded in Limoges and on the train back from Limoges. And it looks very different than the final version, not only in colors, but I also changed the shapes somewhat. So this is for everyone, and it features the 18mm moon face round cabochon, and also 6 precios, a chaton cabochon, chaton round stones, and some vibe duos. And Angelina says it follows the sacred geometry structure. And indeed, it is very geometrical. Oh my god, and Lita says it is perfectly named. It looks like Limoges porcelain. I actually also have a coffee cup from Limoges that I found in a vintage store. So next week I might drink my coffee from it just to commemorate that journey. And Sherry says, this is gorgeous. I'm in love. And Ginny says, gorgeous, love the open spaces and the sparkle in the middle. And I'm really, really happy, ladies, that you like it. It is a pretty big piece. I will show it to you on my palm so you can see it. Super sturdy. And I also created a little extra connector from one of the Vibe duos, so then you can easily connect a strand of beads. And I used the extension chain with the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful window-shaped decoration for closure. And Belinda says, the center looks like sunlight coming through clear glass. Totally. I couldn't agree more, Belinda. And let's see that. So this was the prototype, but it's very different. And let's see the next one. So the next one is designed by Laura. And this is going to be the second signature jewel of the collection. So it features the historic filigree included in the fuchsia level Beadingschool Academy membership. And Laura used, I absolutely love her solution, how she attached the flat back rectangle cabochons to the filigree. She also played with the tiny Baroque piers from Preciosa in Montana color, but let's see what her inspiration was. I will read it to you. So this pendant is called Notre Dame, and Laura says, I was inspired by the stunning architecture of the famous Notre Dame Cathedral. The magnificent frontage of the building uses striking rectangular shapes, and its amazing windows remind me of our theme and of the gorgeous filigree in the box. Beaders will learn a secure and sparkly method to bezel the 10x14mm rectangles, then how to connect these to the filigree. In the tutorial, we connect components both to the edges of the filigree and on top of the filigree, and use varied thread passes to make both secure. And Terry says, it is very cool, Laura. Gorgeous. I love Notre Dame. And Nitty says, I cannot wait for my box to arrive. And Loretta says, I was trying to be patient for my box now. I am all anxious again. And this was just the second jewel that I showed you, ladies. So let's see the third signature jewel. The third signature jewel is a gift, an extra gift to our fuchsia level members. So normally we have 2 signature jewels included in the fuchsia level membership, but this time we have an extra reward for you. And this reward, the third signature jewel, it's called Rocher. And it's a beaded bead, or it can be also a necklace. Rocher, and please excuse my French pronunciation. I tried to look it up how everything is pronounced, but then I promptly forgot. So Rocher means rock in French. Colorful cathedral windows filter light. And we might see the word in a steady blue hue or a passionate red, for example. In the same way, Our inner values and worldview determine how we perceive events that we can't influence in our lives. After all, the rock, the rocher, or core values have the biggest influence on everything around us. Clarity, kindness, and perseverance are mine. What is your rock? What are your inner values? So maybe you can think about that while you are beading the third signature jewel. And this is the beaded bead variation. But as I said, you can also make it into a necklace. I will explain it in the tutorial, that how this can be turned into a beaded bead or a necklace. And Marcy said, in the meantime, appropriate that my box is in France right now on its way to me. And Angelina says, love how the red oval beads merge together to give appearance of a large stone inside. So true, I have to look at it one more time to appreciate it. You're so right, Angelina. And Lita says, this looks like something that would hang from a queen's wrist. And Terry also likes it. I'm very happy about that, dear ladies. So this is the third signature jewel. They will be coming in this order. So first you will be able to bead Limoges. And then you will be able to bead Laura's Notre Dame. And then the third one that's coming will be the Rocher, the rock. So let's see. These are the signature jewels. And let's see what else do we have. So, as I said, the contents of the box can also be used for weekly open beading classes. The No One Has to Bead Alone sessions. And already last week, during the opening of the box, we beaded a retro No One Has to Bead Alone design, the Chloe. And I beaded it already in box colors, and many of you also looked up box colors from your own stashes. But we also saw in the club many other color combinations. So this was an oldie, and let's see the new No One Has to Bead Alone designs. So this design is another one from me. And it's called Sur la Lune, and Sur la Lune means under the moon in French. It's a bit of a what's under the moon and what's happening in the moonshine. And it is going to be one of our No One Has to Bead Alone designs during the upcoming theme. And even if the Gothic era is the best known for religious art, and our focus is on cathedral windows, it's nice to note also that the Middle Ages are just as three-dimensional as other times, including our very own. So we will also read about the Romain de la Rose, including its rich symbolism, for example. So I'm really happy to see the response. I will actually play a bit more with this design, because I originally had also a matching bigger version, but at a point, unfortunately, the thread broke because of the tension and the bicons and the bugles next to each other. So I will want to rethink this and hopefully make it also work. But for now, please count on the small version that I am showing on the screen. And Terry says, if you have not joined Beading School, please consider it, dear friends. I don't know of any other place to receive so many perks and lovely boxes and designs. The jewels are so wonderful. Thank you so much, Terry, for sharing your feelings about the Academy. And you are one of those beaders who are such an example of how the academy has an impact on your design skills. You are doing so well. I love, love, love your designs, and thank you so much for sharing your creativity. Then we have here a beautiful one from our emerging designer, Aniko. And this is called the Windrose, matching earrings and bracelet. It's up to you. What would you like to bead from this? And Aniko says, I had the long Gothic stained glass windows and medieval cathedrals in my mind when designing Windrose. The Vibe Duo beads led me to the shape of the earrings, and the chaton montes just fit perfectly in the embrace of the Vibe Duo beads. I love the energy of red and pink glass, the stability of blue, and their contrast with gold. Beaders here can learn a simple way to weave together different bead shapes and decorate them with seed beads. So we will bead the earrings during the No One Has to Bead Alone session during the upcoming 2 months. Aniko, it's very, very beautiful, and I love its energy. Another beautiful No One Has to Bead Alone design is made by Susie. This is called the Ruby Oculus. And what is interesting about the names of the jewels that Susie chose for her collection, for her personal, for the Rosetta window theme, is that she always put together the name from 2 elements. The first element, the first part of the name, always refers to a color typical for a stained glass window in that era, and then the second part of the name refers to one specific shape of glass inside the Rosetta window. And I did not know that they have specific names. So I already learned something new thanks to Susie's creations. And Susie says about the inspiration, rose windows and the craftsmanship behind them are a true wonder to watch. I look for them every time I visit a church or cathedral and try to catch as many details as possible. That's why, instead of designing a full round motif from this theme box, I look at the small details that can be connected into a larger picture, just like the rose window. They are a reminder that also our life is full of small pieces or moments that come together to create a beautiful sight. The first fragment captures the glowing heart of a sacred rose window, the oculus or center, where light first gathers. Deep blue and radiant ruby meet in a dance of symmetry found in Gothic cathedrals. Let it remind you that beauty begins at the center and radiates outward. The small bezel can be a start for many of your new beady adventures. The motif is versatile and can be an earring, a bracelet, a connector, or part of your beaded necklace. And let's see. What's the next? No One Has to Bead Alone design. This is the one that I actually showed you from Susie's bead mat. Oh my god, and in the meantime, Sheila says, I just realized that these colors will also work well for the 4th of July holiday here in the USA. So true, Sheila. You can also wear these jewels for 4th of July, indeed. So this pair of earrings is called the Red Lancet, designed by Susie. And Susie says, inspired by the lancet windows of medieval cathedrals, tall, glowing, and alive with spirit. This crimson flame flickers between gold, sky blue, and midnight, as though lit from within by the last light of sunset. Let it speak to your inner fire, your courage, your devotion, your story in color and spark. And Zuzi, your stories really, really speak to me today. This is actually the first time that I'm reading them fully, and you are getting me emotional, dear Zuzi. Another one, and this is a third No One Has to Be Alone design that we are going to bead from Zuzi this time. So we are spoiled by Zuzi designs, and that's good news because her thread paths are so interesting and I love learning from her. And she calls this the Garnet Rosette. She says, just like a glowing bloom plucked from the outer circle of a rose window, a petal made of chaton monte and round pearls decorated with tiny baroque piers. In cathedrals, rosettes symbolize eternity and divine harmony. Here it becomes something variable. Let it remind you of your place in the pattern. Joanna says, I always see bracelets with these smaller motifs. These are stunning. And it would be beautiful as a part of a bracelet, in my opinion, indeed. Then we have here another beauty by Laura. And this is the Sainte Chapelle by Laura. And this is going to be another No to Be the Long design. Laura says, these earrings are inspired by the beautiful stained glass windows of Sainte Chapelle in Paris. In the late afternoon, the sunlight streaming through these windows is split into a beautiful myriad of colors, bathing the chamber in a kaleidoscope of light. I have used the Gothic style cross shape and vibrant reds and blues to represent just some of the beautiful colors in these windows. Actually, can you guess, ladies, that what is in the center of the earrings? Because at first I had to look closer and then I actually had to ask Susie when I saw the picture. So I'm curious if you recognize from the box that what is in the middle of this pair of earrings. And in the meanwhile, Paris says you did a great job on all your designs, Susie. And Angelina says, love any tiny earring designs. Small beadwork is most challenging in my opinion. Actually, to fit in something interesting and challenging into a small space, indeed, it is challenging. And Belinda says, every design has been a home run for me. And Cindy says, these are beautiful too. I can see this in a bracelet and necklace besides the earrings. Lita is asking, it is the rondel. Erika thinks the donut. Antoinette also thinks the rondels. Yes, indeed, the donuts, rondels, they are the same. So in the middle, you can see the fire-polished donut or rondel bead of Laura's design, and it's super cute, and I love it, Laura, that you included the little vibe duos at the bottom. Then we have a Ruxandra design. So Laura's design and Ruxandra's designs will be offline. No one has to be alone topics. And the one that you see on the picture, it's called Vitrel, the Vitrel earrings. And Rux says, these earrings are inspired by the beautiful Gothic stained glass windows. They were an important feature of Gothic architecture, particularly cathedrals and churches built between the 12th century and the 16th century. By using curved lines of metallic beads, I tried to recreate the impression of fragments composing the whole. And Terry says, in the meantime, I visited Saint George's Chapel in England years ago, and these pieces make me think of talking to the vicar about all the history of Henry VIII. Very regal pieces. And Miriam says, oh dear, this one is amazing. wait until you see the big one that Roxy made, because there is more. We will again have a No One Has to Be the Lone session, live design session, where I will do my best to create something. It didn't work out that well from the previous team. It was very challenging for me, and I'm curious how will it go this time. So there will also be a live design session. And now let's see the extra jewels that we will have available in the bead shop. So these are jewels that you can either receive as a gift under certain conditions. For example, if you place a certain order in a certain amount of time frame, in a certain time frame, or you can purchase them always one by one in the bead shop. So this is another Roxy design, and it's called the Gothic diamond. And Roxy says, the Rosetta box is one of my favorites so far. It gave me an impulse to immerse myself in images and descriptions of Gothic architecture, amazing cathedrals, monumental and beautifully ornated stone constructions. I felt the need to bring the sparkle into this design by using the amazing fancy Preciosa octagon cabochons in the middle. They are guarded by slender bugle pillars and encapsulated in a Gothic-inspired frame. Thus, the Gothic diamonds were born. And I love it that how Roxy brought her knowledge of art and architecture on her bead mat again. So indeed, even in such a tiny creation as a beaded earring, you can recognize the features of Gothic architecture. Marcy says, wow, stunning. And Cindy says, oh, beautiful, Roxy, these are gorgeous earrings. And Robin says, regal is a good word. Let's see what else do we have. And this is designed by Vicky. It's called Glimmer, and Vicky used the flat back rectangles. There might be later something matching coming to this, so stay tuned for this. This is not all. Vicky says, does anyone else find that easy designs can be surprisingly tricky? You want them to be eye-catching and beautiful, almost with a feeling that they took ages to create. So I was absolutely delighted with how Glimmer turned out. It presented a couple of interesting challenges. Working with a flat-back cabochon demands real precision with the bezel, and the fact that the design was perfect right from the start felt like a stroke of luck. These kinds of designs are like gold dust. As a designer, there's nothing better than knowing others will enjoy making something, and I truly believe you will love these earrings. Now, she says, a matching bracelet is calling my name. Anyone else feeling inspired? So let's see what will we see during the upcoming weeks. And I would say it's always a pleasure to bead one of Vicky's designs. So I'm 100% sure that Glimmer will be also one of those. And then we have a friendly face here who is a real treat and a luxury to have on board this time. And this will be an exception because Polinka, you can recognize Polinka, I am 100% sure. The tutorial will be available on her own website. We will provide you the link. We will actually have also bundles available in different colors for Polinka's beautiful creation, because it will deserve more attention. So recently, Zuzi for her birthday, actually went to Prague. She actually met Angelika, and they both participated in a weekend-long workshop by Apollinaria Koprivnik, Polinka. And Polinka is truly like one of the best designers, most talented and most patient and funniest and kindest designers that you can meet now in the beading world. Her original job is actually being an architect. And whenever she creates something, it doesn't matter if it's small or big, then you feel that it is like such a luxury of having the perfect, precise engineering and her very special taste regarding shapes and colors combined. So let's see, what did she create from the Rosetta window? So this necklace is called Inside the Box. And Polly says, we are always told to think outside the box. But what if there is plenty of imagination inside the box? If everyone follows modern, who will follow the tradition? Sometimes simple shapes are even more fun to explore. She says, I was inspired by the idea of thinking inside the box, literally. So I made a box, a stained glass box, but of course it is not just a simple box. Each side of this cube is an idea that stands by itself. Walls of the cube are different colors and materials that work together as a whole. The front side is made with the 18mm round stone as a main facade, the Rosetta window itself, and the walls represent decoration of the side facades. Polinka is an architect after all. And lovely ladies, these were the jewels that I wanted to show you today. Another view of Polinka's beautiful necklace. And I would like to remind you that if you have the box with you, then I strongly recommend creating mini kits. That means that we have an article published on the Beading School Bead Shop, in the Beading School, on the Beading School blog. And in that article, you can find all the material lists of the jewels that I have shown you. So when you open your box, then start with the ones that you want to create the most. Of course, I can recommend the signature jewels, since the tutorials are included with your memberships, depending the number of tutorials, depending on your student membership, if it's yellow, turquoise, or fuchsia. And take a little bag and put the components that you need for a specific jewel into the little bag and label it. And also make a decision if you would like to create a necklace, a pair of earrings, a simple pendant, or a full bracelet. And then you can multiply the amounts that you find on the blog by the number of motifs that you will need to create your jewel. So every designer played with her own box. So I had my own box, Polinka had her own box, Zuzi had her own box, Ruxandra, Laura, everyone had her own boxes. So not all the jewels can be made from one box, but you will need to make some decisions. Or actually, as many of our beaders do, you might want to have a second or third box, or maybe you would like to pick up the components in different colors. And I will show you something very, very interesting that's new in the Beading School Bead Shop. But I'm also very curious that if there is a design that stood out for you, that I know that you love all of them, but is there something specific maybe that is calling your name for some reason? And I'm also curious why, if that's the case. Terry says, Wow, ladies, once again, you have all outdone yourselves with these fabulous pieces. Thank you so, so much. And thank you so much, Terry, for your kind words and beading with us. Miriam is happy because this time she will have more than enough beads. And Paris says, Dear Erika, please don't ask us to pick a favorite design. It's an impossible task. All the designs are absolutely out of this world. You have really spoiled us. Thank you for saying that. And Anna loves the first signature jewel the most, and Lita also likes Limoges. It's also the most special in my heart, so I'm really happy that you like it. Anita also feels it. Thank you, ladies. Corinne likes Rocher, the rock. And Angelina says the Gothic window earrings blew me away despite such stunning designs all over. I think it's the diamond shape around the rectangle. So lovely, ladies. If you would like to have, because I know that it is always actually the question. So if you would like to bead these beautiful jewels also in other colors, then I have some good news for you. So I'm going to share my screen now. Just a moment, sorry. So I really recommend visiting the new in the bead shop section. As that's where you can see what were my dear colleagues working on. So I have pasted the link into the comment field, and I also put the QR code on the screen. So I actually also see some surprises. It seems that the ladies had a bundle day also, because they were also adding some bundles from previously available shapes. So this time, for example, the star cabochons, but also the ovals in the 8 times 10 millimeter. I love the shine of the 8 times 10 millimeter ovals. And also the dichroic cabochons and the flower cabochons were bundled up. But what I was really, really, really looking forward, and I know based on your emails that you were also really looking forward to having the 2 beautiful charms, pendant charms from the Rosetta window collection, also available in other colors. And lovely ladies, we always get the question if the charms, the special components, are also available in silver setting or only in gold. And unfortunately, most of the time, I have to say that they come only in gold or bronze colors. However, this time, both the rectangle charms and the mystic rhombuses, they come in gold and silver metal. So if you love silver and cold tones, then I would really recommend to go for this, because this is a special moment. They are also bundled up, if I know well. Let's see. But we have this like in many different colors available. So we have emerald. I love the purple one also. We have blue zircon. We have violet. You see, these are also available in silver. also the mystic rhombuses, and they come in gorgeous colors. The amethyst is a very beautiful one, and also this red brown, it stands out. If I scroll down, I also want to show you this picture because you can see better that what kind of colors are available. So these are the rhombuses. These are the rectangles. But we also have a great picture of the rhombuses. And then if you scroll down a little bit, then you will also see that we have the moon phase cabochons now available in different colors. These are the ones in the middle of the Limoges tutorial that you like so much. And also this is featured in Polinkas inside the box pendant. So if you would like to bead both the Limoges pendant and also Polinkas beaded bead, then you will need an extra piece besides the one that inside the box. From the moon phase, there are some gorgeous colors available, including astral pink and Bermuda blue, and I know that those are among your favorites. We also have, I also have a better picture of those. So these are the moon phases. Oh my god, and Angelina says, no other team had so many designs that made me gasp in amazement. And we also have the rectangles now available in different colors, and these are the ones that are featured in Laura's second signature jewel, the Notre Dame, and also Vicky uses them in her cute earrings that might have a matching bracelet coming up. So let's see. And here you can see the moon phases. Oh my god, there is also, sorry, I apologize. There is also Sphinx available here. As I said, astral pink, Bermuda, moonlight, vitriol rose, volcano, the best colors. Ladies, the best colors are available in the moon phases. And if you would like to design something matching, then there are some 12mm matching pieces also available. So I think that is a really nice calling to our designers. So lovely ladies, thank you so much for loving the jewels from the Rosetta window collection. I am very touched by your words, by your opinions, thoughts, emotions that you shared. As I said, this is a collection that is very dear to my heart, and I can't wait to share the designs and tutorials with you. And on Thursday, we will already have a No One Has to Bead Alone workshop when we are going to bead one of these designs, and it is going to be the Ruby Oculus by Zuzi. So watch out for the Ruby Oculus during No One Has to Bead Alone on Thursday, and then a few days after that already Limoges will be published. And if you are not yet a student or you would like to have an extra box, then we have a few boxes left for you from this beautiful collection, and I would like to invite everyone to join the Academy. We are creating it from the bottom of our hearts, and we want to give you the most value, and we are there to guide you on your beading journey, always holding your hand when you have a question. And we love seeing your creations in the Beading School Club. And the lovely ladies, do you have any questions that I might be able to answer now? Bernadette has one. Will there be new colors of the 4x6mm cabochons? Wait for it, dear Bernadette. Wait for it. How would 3 colors be enough for us? But a few more weeks until that time. So if you don't have any more questions left, then I would like to share with you one more time the link to the article with the material lists, because that is a very important orientation point for you today to put together your mini kits. And indeed, I can't wait to be together with you on Thursday. Thank you so much, lovely ladies, for your attention today. Thank you very much for your kind words. And I can't wait to see your creations. Happy beading. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Goodbye.